Hello everyone. England has knocked out Norway out of the World Cup quarterfinals. I last saw England qualify for the World Cup semi-finals in 2018 and they were knocked out by Croatia. By the way, I think England have reached on 8 quarterfinals, and on those 8 quarterfinals they found themselves in a position of not really progressing to the semi-finals. I think 5 times. 3 times they've gone ahead to do that. And if at all you count 2026 into the quarterfinals after beating a team known as Norway, but Norway put up a very good fight. 2018 they reached to the quarterfinals. They are knocked out by country known as France. 2018, they did the same and really went ahead to go to the semi-finals. 2014, did England come to the World Cup 2014? But I remember 2010, I think they were knocked out by Germany. If at all I'm not mistaken, knocked out by Germany. 2006, who knocked out them? 2002, it was Brazil. 1998, was it Croatia? Is it who? So that is the side of England for you. And almost in all the competition been coming through the World Cup, they've been trying to reach the quarterfinals. But the semi-finals have been their hardest hurdle in there for you. And now they're into the semis and they're really doing great. Now, let's get into this game of football. England suffered a goal, almost at the beginning of the game, and the first half ended 1-1 because a player known as Jude Bellingham raised up to the occasion. And today, Jude Bellingham has obviously gone ahead, show up or raise up his hand that he's really the main man at that England national team. However much the captain, who goes by the names of Hurricane, is also doing the needful, but Jude Bellingham is scoring for fun. I think this is his 6th. He scored his 6th goal today in there for you. And he never allowed the lead to go to half time when it's still 1-0. He leveled up in the 45th minute. Anthony Gordon, obviously, just dropping his shoulder onto the right and released Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham took a very good first touch and he really went ahead to go through 4 defenders and went ahead to obviously find himself putting that ball in the back of the net. That is Jude Bellingham for you. Then the 90 minutes ended 1-1. We went to the extra time, and that's when Jude Bellingham went ahead to obviously put in the second goal for England, and he went ahead to obviously make it count with a shot by the substitute. Morgan Rogers went ahead to direct a shot, and then the goalkeeper found himself in a position of fisting it into the proximity of Jude Bellingham in there for you, and it crossed the line. 2-1, and Erling Haaland got injured and he got off. But Oscar Boba Nusa came up and obviously caused problems at the side of England. But you have to give credit to Thomas Tuchel, because Tuchel came up and obviously knew to it that when they bring on Oscar Boba Nusa, his fullbacks have to be on full alert, and went ahead to obviously play fullbacks. And he told them that I've gone ahead to bring in another third defender, such that my central defense is having 3 players. So please, Jordan Spence and Rich James, please deal with those players. And indeed, they dealt with them very well. And indeed, it ended into what we call a 2-1 win for the side of England. Now, England is through, and obviously they are waiting for the winner between Argentina and Switzerland in there for you. So let's wait and see how things really pan out. But obviously, Tuchel might be a tournament coach, and I've seen England fans starting to say it's coming home. But let's wait and see whether it will indeed come home. Then Gary Neville has said, I love both interviews. Thomas Tuchel was fantastic. Jude Bellingham's response was absolutely brilliant. We've not looked like a collective unit since the start of the tournament in terms of uniting units together, rhythm of passes in possession. What we've got is an exceptional player, all two in Bellingham and Harry Kane. What you've seen in those two interviews are massive egos, world-class players and managers. You have to be exceptional to do what those have done. In a player for England in 5 tournaments, I never saw that level of angst. Apart from Terry Venables and Paul Ince, who both went for each other at halftime in the game at the European Championship, I never saw a manager challenge a players of a player challenge the manager. It was nicey. What we've seen, there is a very good for England. So it's like the side of England, you understand, has seen Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane lift themselves up when it has been called for most, I tell you. And that's what wins the tournament. You need to be having 1 or 2 players who obviously raise up and really raise up to the occasion if at all it's called up for. Because tournaments are not won by a team. I know that teamwork is really very important, but I can take you back to the game of Argentina and Egypt. Lionel Messi had to rise up because all players looked freezed, looked like they had given up. But Lionel Messi was like, I think it's now a Lionel Messi a moment. And Lionel Messi went ahead to obviously show the world how good he is in this moment there for you. So wait and see how things really pan out in this particular engagement. But it's really big and it's getting bigger and better for England, And they came into this game of football when it was in 2021. That's when they lost the final to Italy. 11th July 2021. And in 2018, on the same date, I think that's when they lost to Croatia in the semi-finals. You understand? So they've gone ahead, obviously, come and overturn what we call the history of everything. So you have to give kudos to everyone. Morgan Rogers, nice shot, Then Anthony Gordon, and I like his mentality. Getting into the starting 11 at the start of the World Cup, overthrown by Marcus Rashford performances, and when he came on the game of Congo, put up 2 assists. Ever since then, he has been the starting 11 for the side of England. You can't question the manager of England. I support Man United. I feel like Kobe Manu should be getting a nod into this game. But when the manager is winning, you don't have to blame him, and not until he's caught up by this. But Granit Xhaka's side is coming in through to obviously face Argentina, and Argentina has come full pelt. Unchanged 11. Paredes in the single pivot. Enzo Fernandez playing as a central attacking midfielder. McAllister left forward. Right forward is who are they playing as right forward? Let me check here. Argentina are playing who was the right forward? Rodrigo De Paul. Lionel Messi and Julian Alvarez are leading the line. Switzerland, they've gone in for a 4-2-3-1, and they're having Embolo leading the line. Granit Xhaka and Friola into the double pivot. Ndoye and So are right and left attacking midfielders, respectively. And Ridela, central attacking midfielder, with Zakaria as the right back, and obviously Akanji and Elvedi in the central defense. Rodriguez, left back, and Kobel in between the stitches. That is Argentina for you. So we are here to wait and see how things really pan out. Your reactions to England getting through to the semi-finals of the World Cup are welcome in the comment section below. By the way, I never gave them a chance to obviously go this far, but obviously Tuchel has really proven most of us wrong, and he's really trying to really do something that England has failed to do in the very many years in there for you. I'm out. Bye-bye. But out of my favorites to win the World Cup, 3 of those are still in. Spain and France in the semi-final the other side. Argentina in here, and I'm waiting to see how they perform today. Bye-bye.